Shri C.C. Mukandan, Honorable Member of Assembly, Natika, Padam Shri Peruvanam, Kuttan Marar, Shrimati Sujisha Kalyat, President Gram Panchayat, Shrimati Shruti Shri Shankar, Member Gram Panchayat, Shri P.N. Ishwaran, Shri K.G. Achutan Master, Shri K.B. Ajosh, Shri C.V. Krishnan, Shri E.S. Menon, and I don't know if this list includes the names of the designer, engineer, and others, the contractor, they have designed this building beautifully. So I want to express my appreciation for that. प्रिय बेटा अध्यापक करे, विद्यार्थी विद्यार्थी निकले, प्रिय बेटा सुकृतुक करे, एलावर्कुम एंडे वंदनम. फिर कीर्ति रमणीयम आया चेरपा ग्रामतिले CNN स्कूल इंडे शताब्दी स्मारका मंदिरम उद्घाटनम चेयान अतियाया संतोषम उन. कुट्टी कलुडे स्कूल वेंडी आण ई पुतिया मंदिरम इन्नत अत्यंतम संतोषाकरम. शताब्दी स्मारका मंदिरम निर्मित्यान मुनके एडुत्ता एलावर्कुम एंडे हार्दमाया अभिनंदनम. Thank you very much for your kindness in this warm applause. This is my first visit to this beautiful, picturesque village, CHERPU, which is famed as one of the main venues of Chenda Medam and Panchavadyam, the classical percussion ensembles staged during the Puram festival. I have been informed that CHERPU is the birthplace of very well-known practitioners of percussion instruments like chenda, maddalam, kimila, and idikya, which are ethnic to Kerala. The proximity to Perumanam Shiva temple points to the rich cultural environment around this school. We all know Perumanam is one among the famous 108 Shiva temples in Kerala, one that is said to have existed from the time of Lord Parshuram. On an occasion like the centenary, our thoughts will naturally be with the people who toiled to establish this institution. Therefore, I would like to recall the initiative of late Chittur Narayanan Nambudripal, who established this school in 1916, and the hard work of the teachers and staff who served this institution at various stages in the last 100 years. The Sanjeevani Samiti, which is affiliated to Deshiya Seva Bharati, deserves our wholehearted appreciation for having taken over this institution at a crucial juncture when it was facing great difficulties. The celebration of the centenary of this institution is also time to feel gratified about the timely and tireless efforts of Sanjeevani Samiti to develop this school to the present stature of having 5,000 students and 200 teachers and other staff. The management has also been adding to the school's infrastructure new buildings to mark the Janm Shatabdi of Guru Golwalkar ji and the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda ji. I am informed that this school had the privilege of having Mani Shri Mohan Bhagwat ji, his presence, the Sar Sanchalak of RSS. He came here to inaugurate these buildings. I understand that this new building is part of the centenary development project worth rupees 100 crore, which the management and well-wishers of this institution had envisaged. Equally important as the facilities are the values and lessons of Indian culture that the school has been imparting to the students as part of the educational curriculum. This is quite significant since education is the greatest investment any society can make for the future. Long ago, in April 1897, more than 100 years back, the editor of a publication asked in a letter to Swami Vivekananda, after his return from his European and American tour, he asked what made the difference between our people and those, even the poor people in the cities of Europe. Swamiji's answer was that elites are the same, the upper sections of the society. But what is different is that those who are at the lower rung of the society, they are very well educated, very well aware, and it is the education and education alone which has made the difference and which has helped them to improve the living standards even at the lowest level. He believed that through education comes faith in one's own self, what we call self-confidence. And through self-confidence, the inherent energy, the Brahma inside you, wakes up, while the Brahma, the inner energy of those who do not have access to education, becomes gradually dormant. Over a century later, we realize that our future lies in the strengthening of education, as exemplified by the national education policy, which seeks to make India a global knowledge superpower. At the school level, the aim is to ensure 100% gross enrollment by 2030 and to bring 2 crore out of school children back into the mainstream through open schooling system. In Kerala, which has the best school education system in the country, gross enrollment has already touched the desired levels, and our efforts to contain the issue of children dropping out of schools have been quite effective. One may ask, when the educational system is very efficient and effective, what more can be added to make it even better? The answer to this question was given by Swami Ranganathananda ji, who devotedly served the Shri Ramakrishna mission for a long period of time. And we know that Swamiji hailed from Tirkur, that is near Tirshur. In one of his lectures in 1984, Swami Ranganathanji had said that the education section stands in need of a re-education if total human development is our national goal and if the nation is dead set to achieve it. Now, I'm cutting short this speech so that I can take some time to give expression to my happiness that in this rural area, this wonderful school for our young girls is being run. Unfortunately, for many centuries, we conducted our system in a manner where women were pushed into the background. Their potential, their capabilities remained unrealized. Now, fortunately, not just now, our Renaissance started 18th century, first in Bengal, then it spread to other states. And in Kerala, while talking about the women education, we cannot forget the services of Shri Narayan Guru and Saint Kuriakose. I was thinking, I do not know about what the term is used in Malayalam, but because of the situation which I referred to, women came to be known as Abla. So we say Abla in Malayalam? What? Abla, weak. Weak, yes. But the same term is used in Malayalam language also? Also. Abla. And we accepted that. This term itself violates the Indian, is in total contradiction to our cultural heritage. What India's thought leaders had envisaged, they had not seen women as Abla. They had not seen them as weak beings. In our tradition, Shri Krishna is the only person who is considered as Pur Purush with all manly attributes. He is the only one. And then what our tradition tells us? That even this Pur Purush, when he is faced with darkness, in which the trees look like ghosts, he loses his nerve. And who takes charge of him? Shri Radha, who is a woman. She takes charge of the Pur Purush when that Pur Purush is feeling scared. So if we go strictly by our own tradition, there is no occasion to label women as weak. They are not weak. In fact, they have more emotional resilience, a quality which is absolutely necessary to survive in times of crisis. Not just in normal times, in times of crisis. These beautiful lines from Jayadev, Geet Govinda, Megher, Meduram, Ambaram, Vandhuva, Shama, Tamal Gurume. Nattam bhirurayam tomev tadidam radhe gira pirapaya. Itham nadla nideshata chaliteo pityadva kunja durumam radhe madhav yor jayanti yamna kule raha keliya. The same thing which I told you earlier in English, that when he feels nervous, unsteady, then, as per the instructions of Nanda Baba, Radhaji takes charge of him. I have quoted these lines only to tell you that sometimes we ourselves, each one of us individually, is not aware about our own potential, about our own capabilities, about our abilities. It is through education that awareness and that consciousness is created. You are very fortunate. You have got the opportunity to receive education in this beautiful institution, beautiful picturesque setting. And I hope and I pray that you will hear through this education, you will develop that self-confidence which strengthens the inner energy. And you will become greatly useful, not only for yourself, not only for your family, but for the society at large, and you will contribute greatly in the nation building activities. Education, we must always remember this, that education is merely an instrument of power. Power instrument rather. How to use any power, not just education, any power. How to use that power. For that, a basic sense, awareness and sense of values is absolutely essential. Everybody is ambitious and everybody must be ambitious. But ambition must be checked by moral scruples. As Swami Vivekananda has said, the purpose of life is not pursuit of happiness or success. Because if that is the only goal, then what prevents me from making others unhappy? He says the purpose of life is pursuit of knowledge. And it is the pursuit of knowledge which gives you sense of values. The purpose of knowledge, that is what gives you sense of values. And we must always remember that education without a sense of values, that may degenerate a person into a brute, demoniac. Saksharo vipritatve rakshaso bhavati dhruvam. And since I am here speaking in an education institution specifically set up for the girls, I think I should mention that our former president, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, he said, if you want to live a civilized existence, then you must cultivate the quality of compassion. What is compassion? Compassion is when you see yourself in the other person. And the other person in you. Shri Yatva Dharmam Sarvam श्रुत्वा चेवा वधार्यतम आत्मना प्रतिकूलानि परेशान समाचरे. Whatever is obnoxious to you, the Rishi is saying, listen to it carefully and internalize this lesson. Whatever is obnoxious to your own self, do not never do it to others. So Dr. Radhakrishnan says that compassion is a quality which is absolutely essential to cultivate this quality if we want to live a civilized existence. And then further he says that to a woman, this quality comes naturally. For men, they need to make conscious efforts to cultivate this quality. And the greatest example for this comes from one of our epics. I mean, the character is from epic, but the story is given Shrimad Bhagavatam. The story is then when Draupadi's 5 sons were killed by Ashwatthama, and she was inconsolable. She was wailing. Then Arjun said to her that I will bring the head of Ashwatthama on a platter so that you are consoled. And as soon as Arjun turned to go, Draupadi caught hold of him and said that I have become childless after my 5 sons were killed. I don't wish Mother Gautami to meet the same fate. Therefore, Arjun, do not kill Ashwatthama. This is the kind of compassion which comes from a mother, from a woman. And Dr. Radhakrishnan has written, these were the words of Draupadi, but it was the soul of India that we are all speaking through her. So we need not only to cultivate these qualities, we also have a duty to spread these qualities, to spread that awareness in the society, to spread that life in the society. And whatever I know about this CNN school, what I have read about your school is that you are making special efforts to make the students aware of their cultural heritage, of these moral values which are part of our cultural heritage, and I wish you all the best. Again, I give you all, first I would like to congratulate all those who have contributed in completing this magnificent task and building. And I would like to give you all my best wishes. May your institution and those who are here receiving education here, they all contribute their minds for taking India forward. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.